Hello captains, this is Kent again and welcome to the Flight Show. So today I'm doing a bit of a quick review on what was just released today. It was originally by TerraFlora, but it's being released in conjunction with Orbx Scenery, so you can get it from Orbx Central, and that's Global TerraFlora version 2, which as I understand works with Global TerraFlora, not TerraFlora 1, but it works, well, I think it does. So Orbx released a version of tree replacements for Prepar3D, and it was HD trees HD. So TerraFlora had a competing program, which was TerraFlora, which I had both, but I liked TerraFlora more, so I disabled it in Orbx and flew with TerraFlora. Well, now, evidently, Orbx and TerraFlora have teamed up because you can now get TerraFlora version 2 with on the Orbx site, or directly, I believe you can get it from TerraFlora as well. TerraFlora from Turbulent, I think it's Turbulent Design was the original company. But it works in conjunction with Trees HD, which is the original program for Orbx, and I think it also works with the original TerraFlora. It adds to it. So I thought, okay, so let's get out here some, where we have some shrubbery and see how it looks. And I have to say, it looks good. Nice blend of tree coverage. Now, where I'm flying right now, and it also, now remember, this program is supposed to provide trees that are type specific to the geographic region that you're in. So I took off a minute ago from Nashville International, and I'm flying kind of like on a northerly direction, and so by this time I think I might be passing into Kentucky. Just looking to see what Middle North Tennessee looks like in terms of TerraFlora, and it looks good. Well, let's just look at it. Let's say it like this. Anything is an enhancement over the stock trees that came with Prepared, because those trees were green like leprechaun green, really green. Didn't look realistic. But the Trees HD look great, TerraFlora look great. And so what I think the best way to do to check this out is that we need to take a look at some different geographic regions. So this is how you see the vegetation and how it looks over Middle Tennessee, southern Kentucky, because I think I've flown a bit of ways now. But it does, it adds the vegetation. It adds to the immersiveness, I think is the way I would describe it. So if you are, and by the way, you might be thinking, well, who should get this? If you're into general aviation, then this is a must-have. Now, I know, now let me also say this. I'm speaking to Prepar3D users and Flight Simulator X, Flight Simulator 10, soon to be Flight Simulator 2020. Well, I don't know what they're doing in terms of their trees, but the images already look good. But what I'm saying is I'm not talking to X-Plane users. Now, TerraFlora is released for X-Plane, but this is the point that I'm trying to make. What X-Plane 11 looks like straight out of the box, so to speak, and what Prepared look like are just two different worlds. Prepared really does kind of need enhancements to really show off what it can do. So what I'm saying, when you just load up Prepared, don't add anything, and you look at X-Plane 11, you don't add anything, I will give it to X-Plane 11 that it looks good. But if you're willing to invest in Prepar3D and start things like global presets, even shade, things like that, Prepared becomes incredible. And so when I'm saying this, I'm talking to Prepared users, not so much trying to convince X-Plane users to come over to Prepared. because they're two different worlds, and when it comes down to it, in that argument, it really boils down to aesthetics and what your preference is. It's kind of like having more of a glossy finish on a high def TV than a matte finish. Either you're kind of into matte or you're into gloss. But I'm not saying which is which. I'm just simply saying, in terms of what visual representations you are impressed with, I'm not here to make that argument, is what I'm saying. But okay, let's go ahead and look at a different geographic region. I think what I'm going to do is go to northern New England. And that's a very plush forestry area, so let's take a look. Okay, I think I'm going to bring us right about here to the Vermont, Connecticut, Massachusetts region. I think that's pretty good right there. So let's go ahead and apply, and I'll bring you right back. Actually, I was going to comment. I've gotten some comments in the comment section on some previous videos, and they're like, how did you bring that map function up while the plane was actually flying? Well, that's a new function that is available in Prepar3D V5. If you want to change the time, that menu is superimposes over the real-time image of what's in the cockpit. It's kind of cool. I didn't notice it too much until people started mentioning it, and I was like, oh, okay. Totally missed that, and it's pretty cool. But anyway, I will. Well, it's 46%. It's loading, but this gives you an idea how long it takes to load things when you start adding sceneries like global, unlimited. I mean, I've got a lot going on here, and I guess I'll do a video on that as well. But I did want to get this video out this morning since TerraFlora was just released, so that you can get an idea of what it has to offer. Oh, there we go. Close you. So now here we are in an easterly direction, and we're in, I think that's Connecticut, if I remember correctly. What happened? Here we go. And I have to say, from a trees level, the nice mix of trees in terms of color and type, I'm liking that. It gives it a more realistic feel, rather than being just all the same repetitive tree. But you know, you also have to take into account season. So I know that we'd be comparing apples to oranges if I pulled up fall and you're thinking about what you saw in Tennessee. So seeing what you see here in the New England area, let's go ahead and change the season and see the difference. Alright, so world times season. Alright, so looking at this, let's see what it looks like. This is spring. Let's see summer. Hit apply. So here's summer. Let me trim my aircraft because I'm losing altitude. Okay. Not a ton of difference between spring and summer. What is up with my, hold on. Just checking my heads. Oh, it's falling off. That's adhesive on here. Alright, so this should work. Much better. Okay. But nevertheless, this is summer. And looks good. The time of day and the lighting also helps this. So let's go ahead and now look at fall, which I'm expecting will be a little bit more dramatic. Alright, so let's bring up the time and season. And we'll move it to fall. Oh, did it do it automatically? Okay, that's the lighting that changed, not necessarily the foliage. Because the sun would be in a... Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Check out the leaves and the discoloration. That is very nice indeed. Definitely gives you that fall autumn feel. Got some green, got some orange, got some brown. Okay, I'm digging that. And now, the true test. Winter. Let's get over here. Time and season. Oh wow, the day is just blown away. Jiminy crickets. That looks stunning for a winter scenery. Wow. Okay. Money well spent. This is going to have to go into my must-have software. My the must-have for Prepar3D. This is a must-have because this looks absolutely awesome. So all of you Prepar3D users that are like living in like the Baltic region, I think this is going to capture your winters pretty well. I don't want to speak out of turn, but as far as the New England area, this looks good. And see, I'm kind of a winter romantic because of my memories of childhood. I just love wintertime. So when it gets to be winter and Flight Simulator starts to reflect it, literally a good immersive winter scene can invoke really interesting emotional response for me. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's just like, oh, Christmas is coming and we're nowhere near it, so it's somewhat limited. But if it was around that time, it would get me really excited. And that's when it looks that real. And this just, if this was like late September, mid-October, and I saw this, I would be just getting so excited for the holiday season. And flying just places, like flying into Chicago, where it reminds me of when I fly home for Christmas and stuff like that. This is really nice. I'm kind of stunned. Okay, so let's see what this looks like in another region. I'm going to pause it, get another region, and get us back to spring. Okay, so now I'm bringing you back, flying over Gatwick International in England. Now, here's the deal, though. This is the stock airport, not the UK 2000, which I still have to load and get working. But this is not about the airport, this is about TerraFlora. If there's one thing I've noticed about flying in this region is with P3D, it had a lot of forestry, beautiful trees, so I thought this would be a good place to kind of check out and show how TerraFlora version 2 is shown out. So as you can see, it's it's a nice countryside. It's nice and plush, particularly in the direction that we're flying. And then you throw in the autogen buildings, and that just starts to look really, really nice. Let me throw in my tracker software. Oh, my tracker headset came off. Let me just put that back on. So, you know, leave in the comments. What do you think? I mean, I'm giving you my take on it, but I'm curious to see yours. Do you think that it's something that you'll want to upgrade to? I'm glad I did. I'll be the first to say that. But then there was only, the nice thing is it's only an upgrade price of like $9 and something cents. So if you already had TerraFlora or you had HD trees, it's not a huge investment to upgrade, so that's a really good thing. But far be it from me to assume what is considered huge to you. But just all things considered, if you already have it, it's not going to be a hard thing to get into. But I'm liking it. So let's go ahead and check out this region as it pertains to seasons. Alright, let me bring up the menu. So let's just go ahead and jump to fall, because I don't think there's a huge difference between summer and fall. Okay, we are now here in Hawaii. And as we take a look around, now let me say though that I do have Orbx Hawaii land class extra scenery on here, so the enhancements would be to the trees, but I don't know how much of that tree is Hawaii and how much is TerraFlora, because I haven't explored this particular part of the island. But I will say it looks good as a good, put together. So for those of you that have Hawaii scenery and TerraFlora, it's a treat. I'm gonna have to do just a P3D bells and whistles video, so you can just say, here's what happens when you have all of this stuff going on at once. I think I gotta do that. But anyway, again, from a general aviation sightseeing tour, sightseeing sort of perspective, I don't know why that's bouncing like that. Let's see. But this is beautiful. Alright, I think I'll do one more location before I let you go. Okay, so a place that I tend to like to fly to show off things for VFR, we're leaving Seattle, Tacoma, because one of the things that's nice out here is, though it is a cityscape, but in its outlining area, it's very much forestry, and it's a very contourous background. So I use this to show off the effects for global FS global scenery, global mesh. But now it's an opportunity to look at the contributions of TerraFlora. So just taking a look around in more of the wooded area, we can see the trees that are being contributed. Sorry, I was learning the graphics when I was looking back at the airport. A lot of airports concentrated in a real small area. There's like 3. There's Boeing, Tacoma, and I'm not sure which one this is, but man, they're all close. Or this is part of Boeing as well, I don't know. Well, nevertheless, taking a look at TerraFlora and the trees, really nice. That's why I'm flying kind of low here so that we can see it. But I can honestly say that this is, it definitely is immersive. It definitely brings a richness to the background so that you feel like you're in a live and vibrant place. Now, if you'll notice, I have my traffic on. I only have it on 20, but I feel just seeing, some people are like, I turn the traffic off, it's a hit on frame rates. It doesn't seem to have a problem. I mean, I haven't cranked it up, but it's like on 20, and it really helps. Seeing traffic to me just helps me feel like I'm part of a living world. It's not just me out there, which is why I love, you know, ultimate traffic live. Why I like to turn on the cars and see the you know, tankers and stuff in the bays or the docks when I fly. But I say all this to say, I give you my recommendation for TerraFlora 2. I mean, to the subtle eye, do you notice a difference between TerraFlora, Trees HD? TerraFlora and Trees HD, I felt like TerraFlora had a wider variety of trees, depending on where you were flying. Is there a big difference between TerraFlora 2? I'm not doing a side-by-side comparison, but I can definitely say just treating it for what it is as I look out in the world, yeah, it's worth it. And since if you already have it and it's only a $9 upgrade, I feel like, yeah, go ahead and do that. You know, take your lunch to work one day, have a sandwich, 2 days covers it rather than going to McDonald's. But yeah, that's my take on it. Don't ask me what that flickering is. I don't know. Have to take a look into that. It's probably a graphics card issue because they gave me a warning on something a little earlier. So I don't know. But I say all this to say, oh wow, now that's rich. And you see the variety of trees. I mean, you have the more dark green here, the LaFera green, and then you're getting to some that's kind of like brown foliage. But this is spring, so I'd imagine that's part of a combination. Maybe we're flying into some houses. But yeah, okay, so it's part urban and part trees, so that makes sense. But yeah, it looks beautiful. I'm truly impressed. And by the way, I mention again that I'm actually flying on 3 monitors, though I'm recording on a single monitor. To have this panoramic view around you, and I can just look from one side of the screen to the other, really immersive. Must-have program in conjunction with a few other things if you're going to be a VFR pilot in Prepar3D V5. But I think I'm going to be doing a video of calling it all the bells and whistles, like what does it look like. Right now I have all that going on, but I'm going to articulate what those things are to get and find some really scenic places to fly. But oh, the mountain range just looks phenomenal. But that's obviously not a TerraFlora thing. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little introduction to or review of TerraFlora. And again, I don't always recommend things. I let you see it to make a decision. But I'm putting my recommendation stamp on this. TerraFlora 2, definitely something that you want to have. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again in the virtual skies.